Hello everyone, welcome to the new session of seed treatment part 1. In this session, we are going to study about what are the benefits of seed treatment, right? So that we are going to study the different benefits of seed treatment, why we are treating the seeds with different chemicals, right? So that we are going to study in this topic, that is the benefits of seed treatment. There are different types of seed treatment, right? Seed disinfection, seed disinfestation, and seed protection. So all these topics we are going to cover up in this particular session. So seed treatment. So let us first understand what is seed treatment and why we do this seed treatment. So seed treatment refers to the application of fungicide, insecticide, or combination of both. Right? So we are treating our seeds before sowing the seeds in the soil. We are treating the seed with different chemicals. That chemicals could be fungicide, that could be insecticide, or that can be a combination of fungicides and insecticides, right? So the combination of both, that is the fungicide and insecticide, this is done to seeds so as to disinfect them from the seed-borne or soil-borne pathogenic organism and storage insects. So sometime what happen, our seeds are having some spores inside of fungi or hyphae of some fungi. Right? So before sowing that seeds to the soil, we will treat that seeds with the fungicide so that the spores, the spores or the hyphae that are present inside the seeds, that can die. Right? So we are actually eliminating the seed-borne disease, the disease in the plants, the disease in the crops that comes up with the seed, right? There are many pathogens that are also present inside the soil. So when we treat our seeds with the different insecticides or fungicide, what happens? The fungi or the insects that are present inside the soil will not harm to our seeds, right? So in this way, we are controlling seed-borne and soil-borne diseases. It also refers to the subjecting of seeds to the solar energy exposure. Immersion is conditions, water, etc. Right? So we are doing this seed treatment, and it is also a subject of matter that how much solar radiation, how much solar energy is exposure that is given to the seed. The immersion in the conditioned water. Right? So the seed treatment is done to achieve the following benefits. So let us see what are the benefits of using this seed treatment technology. Yes, so the benefits of seed treatment. First, it prevents the spread of plant diseases. Yes, if we use some fungicide, right? If we use some insecticide, right? So it can control both seed-borne and soil-borne diseases. Soil-borne diseases, right? So it prevents the spread of plant diseases. Protect seed from the seed rot and seedling blight. Sometimes what happens? If the pathogens are present inside the seed, they can rot the seed. If the insects are present, they can again rot our seeds. Sometimes there is a seedling, but the seedling dies off. That is called as seedling blight. The seedling can become discolor. They become brown in color and ultimately they dies off. Right? So it also improves our germination. So all these pathogens, if are removed, right, there is no spores of fungi or hyphae present inside the seed, then it will improve its germination. And if the spores or the hyphal fungi are present inside the seed, then in some or the other way, they are going to harm our seeds, and it will shows its effects on the germination even, right? So by using the seed treatment technology, we are actually improving our seed germination as well. Provides protection from the storage insects and control soil insects. It also provides protection from the storage insects. So there are many when we store our seeds, right? So sometimes we see that our that box is having some insects and their eggs are also there, right? So where are those eggs? Those eggs are present inside the seeds even, right? So while doing this seed treatment, we are protecting our seeds from the storage insects. And it also controls the soil insects. Sometimes the insects are present in the soil even, and when you sow the seed, it can affect your seed. It can affect this germination of seed. Even sometimes they can eat away our seeds. So that in that respect, it is very important to have our seed treatment. Now, types of seed treatment. There are different types of seed treatment. The first one is seed disinfection. The second, seed disinfestation. And the third one is seed protection. So one by one, we will see what are these three different types of seed treatment. So the first one, seed disinfection. So seed disinfection refers to the eradication of fungal spores that have become established within the seed coat or in more deep-seated tissues. So sometimes, suppose this is a seed, right? And in some time what happened, the spores are present inside the seed coat, and sometimes they are also present inside the deep tissue. That is, they can be present in the cotyledons, and sometimes they can present at the point of embryo, presence of embryo, from where the radicle comes out and from where the plumule comes out, right? So at that particular point also the spores can be present. So seed disinfection refers to the eradication of the fungal spores. We are removing this fungal spores if they are present inside the seed coat or more deep into the tissue, right? By using some chemicals, by using some fungicides. For effective control, the fungicidal treatment must actually penetrate the seed in order to kill the fungus that is present inside the seed coat or deep inside the tissue, right? So we are using some fungicide that can kill the spores if it is present inside the deep tissue or even sometimes below the seed coat, right? So this is very, very important. Second is the seed disinfestation. Seed disinfestation refers to the destruction of surface-borne organisms that have contaminated the seed surface but not infected the seed, deep inside the seed tissue, right? So this sometimes happen. So this is called the seed disinfestation, right? So what happens, sometimes this fungal spores are just present on the surface. They are not present inside deep in the seed coat or deep into the tissue. They are just present inside on the surface. Chemical dips, soaks, fungicides applied as a dusty, slurry or liquid have been found successful. So there are some chemicals that we can put a dip of the seeds, right? That can, if they are present on the surface, then it can remove those spores. We can sometimes soak the seeds inside those chemicals. We can also fungicides applied as a dust or a slurry or a liquid that can be used as a successful fungicides, right? Next is the seed protection. The purpose of seed protection is to protect the seed and young seedling from the organism in the soil which might otherwise cause decay of the seed before germination. Yes. So what is the purpose of seed protection? So the purpose of seed protection is to protect the seed from young seedling from organism in the soil which might otherwise cause decay of the soil before germination. So this is important. Condition under which the seed must be treated. Yes, the condition under which the seed must be treated. First one is injured seed. Any break in the seed coat of the seed affords on an excellent opportunity for the fungi to enter the seed and either kill it or awaken the seedling that will produce from it, right? So condition that is under which the seed must be treated. If your seeds are injured, right, if the seed which you are using, if it is that seed is injured, that any break in the seed coat, okay, that can affect the seed. How? Because the fungi or any bacteria, they can easily enter inside the seed because the tissue is broken down. So it is very important in that case, if our seed is injured, then we have to treat that seeds with the fungicide, right? Seeds suffer mechanical injury during combining and threshing operations or from being dropped from the excessive heights, right? So how the seeds are get injured? Suppose we are using some threshing operations. There is some threshing operations and they are having some infected spores at those machines. So that can get in our seeds even, right, while doing the threshing. And if we are dropping our seeds from a great height, then also it can damage our seeds. They may also be get injured by weather or improper storage. Sometimes when the storage is not properly done, then at that time also they can injure our seeds. Disease seed may be infected by the disease organism even at the time of harvest or may become infected during the processing. So at the time of processing also, the disease, the fungal disease can infect. The spores are there, they are present everywhere. So at the time of processing of the seeds, they can damage our seeds, they can damage our crops. So if processed on the contaminated machinery or it is stored in the contaminated containers or warehouses where earlier the seeds are having some disease, so if we are keeping our seeds in that warehouses or that contaminated containers, then also our seeds will be get some disease, seed-borne disease, right? So it is very important that you get assured that whatever the containers you are using or whatever the warehouses, it should be disinfected. There should not be any earlier fungal spores present or fungal hyphae, even sometime old disease seed sometimes it is present, so that can also affect our healthy new year seeds. So these things should be taken in our mind while doing the processing of the seeds and also while storing the seeds. So these undesirable soil conditions do not allow the seeds to germinate and they can affect the seed life also. So seeds are sometimes planted under the unfavorable soil condition. The condition of the soil is not appropriate for the growth of seeds, means germination of the seed, right? Such as cold or damp soil or extremely dry soil. So in the either it is a dry soil, either is a damp soil, right? No oxygen can reach to the damp soil. And extreme cold condition. In this cold condition, the seed will not germinate, right? In the dry soil, no water is there. So again, the seed coat will not rupture and the embryo will not grow to give rise to the radicle and plumule. So in all these conditions, the seed will not germinate. So such unfavorable soil condition may be favorable to the growth and the development of certain fungi spores, enabling them to attack and damage the seed. But yes, these conditions are very much favorable for the development of fungi, certain fungi spores. They can germinate and they can attack or damage the seed. They can establish inside the seed. Their hyphae can get enter inside the seed and they can get established. And they can ultimately harm the seeds. Disease-free seeds. Seeds are invariably infected by the disease organism ranging from the no economic consequences to severe economic consequences. So sometimes the disease that are present, the spores, fungal spores that are present inside the seed, that can give rise to a disease when the plant can germinate, right? So sometimes the disease is not so severe, so it is not having any severe economic consequences, but sometimes all the seeds are affected, so they are affecting our economic, right? So this is very important to get checked that our seeds are disease free. Seed treatment provides good insurance against the disease. So if you treat your seed with the fungicides or insecticide, you will be assured that no disease is going to be there at the level of seed germination, right? So no soil-borne disease or no seed-borne disease will be there. Soil-borne organisms and thus afford protection to weak seeds, enabling them to germinate and produce seedlings, right? So soil-borne organism and also the fungi are not going to affect our seed, and there will be protection, right? For our seeds, and the seeds, they can get easily germinated and they can establish in the soil. Precaution in seed treatment. Yes, there must be some precaution while using this seed treatment technology. What are those? Most products used in the treatment of seeds are harmful to the humans. These fungicides, these insecticides, they are very, very harmful for us. So, but they can also be harmful to seeds, and in that way, they are harmful to our seeds also. So, you must use these chemicals with great precautions. So, extreme care is required to ensure that the treated seed is never used as human or animal as a food. So once the seeds are treated, right, you must wash the seed before using it, or if you are feeding them to the animals. At the time of storage also, we put some fungicides or bactericides or even sometimes insecticides. So whenever we are using those seeds, we must wash it first and then dry it and then use it. So this is very, very important. To minimize this possibility, the treated seed should be clearly labeled as being dangerous if consumed. So, labeling of such seeds should be very, very important, whether you are storing those seeds or whether you are keeping it in the warehouses or you are using for the seed germination at the time of germination also. The temptation to use the unsold treated seeds for human or animal feed can avoided if care is taken to treat only the quantity for which sales are assured. So I've already told you, when you store your seeds, right, whether in a storage warehouses or sometime in at the level of home also, we keep some fungicides or insecticides, right? So while using this, make sure that you eliminate all those chemicals by washing twice or thrice properly, and then make it dry, and then you can use it as a seed. So this is very important. Care must also be taken to treat seed at the correct dosage rate. Applying it too much too or too little material can be damaging as never treated at all, right? So the doses, the amount of fungicide, the amount of this insecticide, that should be properly used, right? So Applying too much or too little material as a fungicide or insecticide, they can again damage as never treated at all. It will be like you have not treated your seed with the chemicals. So seed with very high moisture content is very susceptible to injury. So if the seeds are having a lot of moisture, they can get easily affected by the disease or the pathogens, right? So to injury when treated with some of the concentrated liquid products. If the seeds are to be treated with the bacterial culture also, the order in which the seed treatment should be done should be as follows. Chemical treatment. First of all, we must do the chemical treatment. Then insecticide and fungicide treatment. Right? Then we must follow the fungicide and insecticide treatment, and special treatment also we can do after that. Soaking, treating the seed with the nutrients, vitamins and the micronutrients. So chemical treatment to improve the germination and the vigor potential. So here, for example, for the paddy, the seed can be soaked in 1% potassium chloride solution for 12 hours to improve the germination and vigor potential. Next is the sorghum. Seeds could be soaked in NaCl2 for 1% or potassium hydrophosphate, that is 1%, for 12 hours for improving the germination and vigor potential. So these are some of the chemicals that can be used for the paddy and sorghum. For pulses, the seed can be soaked in zinc sulfate, magnesium sulfate and manganese sulfates 100 ppm solution for 4 hours to improve the germination and vigor potential. So whatever the fungi that are present inside the seed, that can be eliminated out. It can increase the germination and vigor of the seeds. So this is all about this session, right? We will have one more session to complete this seed treatment. Till then, thank you very much.